So now, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, we are at the layout of essay writing in the IELTS exam. And the previous lecture, I have discussed what essay actually is and what type of essays can appear in exam for the IELTS students. So now, layout. Layout means that how we have to answer, how to answer, how to answer the question in exam. Remember, we answer in exam the IELTS essay that we answer in exam, we answer in the 5 steps. We answer in 5 steps. These 5 steps that I am mentioning here will be a pertinent, the right approach to answer IELTS essay when you sit in exam. So now, step which are 5 in total, I have mentioned here. These steps include step number 1. The step number 1 is known as brainstorming. Step number 1 is known as brainstorming. So now for Pakistan students, step number 1 brainstorming कहलाता है. हमने brainstorming में अपने essay के topic पर अपने ideas को generate करना है. Idea generation. And in this idea generation, we will write some points on our question paper. For an example, it is problem and solutions essay. We will write our 4 ideas of problems and 4 ideas of the solutions on the question paper, ताकि हम जब essay लिख रहे हों तो हम concentration से sequence में answer कर सकें. So step number 1 is the brainstorming, in which we do what? We generate the idea generation, and we write ideas on question paper, not on the answer sheet, on question paper. And number 3, once we write the ideas on the questions paper, do remember, do not spend more than 5 minutes on this first step. So the total time for essay will be 40 minutes out of 60 minutes, which are allocated for the writing exam. So total time for the writing exam is 60 minutes. 40 minutes are allocated to the essay writing. So it is step number 1, brainstorming. What will happen? We will take up the idea. We will take up the topic. We will take up the focus of the essay. And we will generate the idea about what we are going to write. And then write ideas on your question paper. And we need to spend 5 minutes on this specific step. Do not waste more than 5 minutes. But this 5 minutes investment will give us a sequence when we will write answer in exam. हम एक rhythm में लिखते जाएंगे. Step number 2 is known as introduction writing. It is introduction writing. Introduction writing includes what? Introduction writing में हम क्या करने जा रहे हैं? The introduction writing includes 5 sentences approach. 5 sentences approach. In introduction writing, we will follow 5 sentences approach, means we will write 5 sentences in our introduction. For an example, the sentence number 1, for an example, the sentence number 1, S1, this sentence will cover the topic of the essay along with the focus of the essay as well. For an example, but nowadays, obesity has become a big problem in which countries of the world? What do you think can be the reasons? What can be the solutions? अगर आप इसको गौर से देखें तो हम कहते हैं कि obesity topic है and rich countries focus है इसका essay का. So obesity big problem in the rich countries. So rich country focus कहलाएगा, obesity topic कहलाएगा. The first sentence should cover topic and focus for the reason that examiner could come to know that students are well known to what they are going to write. Some teachers say that it is a thesis sentence. Some people say it is a core sentence. Some people say it is X sentence, it is Y sentence. What I'm saying, sentence 1 should cover your topic and the focus. This sentence should reflect that you have well understood what is the topic. पता लगना चाहिए एग्जामिनर को कि आपको समझ आ गया टॉपिक है कि ये. S2, sentence number 2. This will be from side number 1. If it is problem and solutions essay, this will be a sentence for problems. And then sentence number 3, it is for side number 2. Up if it problem and solution hai, so this sentence will be for solution. And then sentence number 4, this sentence number 4 will be your opinion. People say, do not write opinion in the introductory paragraph. Please believe me, the band descriptors want you. The examiner in band descriptor expresses very clearly that you should take a stance in your introduction. Believe me, this will add value. This is no problem. This will not make your essay argumentative. This will make your essay effective. Your opinion and sentence number 4 will be known as your plan for the essay. What you are going to do ahead to it. You might have listened, aksar suna hoga. I will discuss this topic in detail later in this essay. So this specific sentence will tell examiner that you are going to do something ahead to it. Okay. So now step number 3 is known as the explanation writing. Explanation writing. The explanation writing. Explanation writing will be of. This will have 2 paragraphs. This will have 2 paragraphs. The explanation will have 2 paragraphs. And on introduction, I'm sorry, I did not mention introduction. You need to spend 5 minutes as well. So we will complete the introduction in 5 minutes. Okay. So now, explanation writing. 2 paragraphs will be there. The paragraph number 1. Para number 1, this will include side 1. This will include side number 1. Para 1 will contain side number 1. Side number 1 ke mention 4 ideas. And then do not write ideas only. Go to Dubai through Emirates. अगर किसी को कहेंगे तो पूछेगा why, वजह. हमें क्या कहना चाहिए? Go to Dubai by Emirates because their packages are very good and their safety record is outstanding. अब आपसे क्यों कोई नहीं पूछने वाला. तो ideas को सिर्फ mention नहीं करना. Mention 4 ideas. Mention 4 impacts as well. इन ideas के impacts क्या हैं? ताकि बात में cohesion हो, complete हो. Mention 4 impacts along with the ideas. Number 2, number 3, number 4, 2 examples. 2 examples. Write 2 examples. Write 2 examples as well. So it is what it is, paragraph number 1, and you will spend 10 minutes on this specific paragraph. Paragraph number 2, paragraph number 2, and this will contain your side number 2 with you. And again, for side 2, if it is problem solutions, it is the paragraph which will contain the solutions. Okay. So mention 4 ideas and then mention 4 impacts of your ideas and write 2 examples. 2 examples as well and spend 10 minutes on it. Again, 10 minutes on it. So total we spent 20 minutes on the explanation. We entered into step number 4. So step number 4 is known as conclusion. Step number 4 is known as the conclusion writing. And in conclusion writing, what we have to do, we have to follow, again, we have to follow, or we should follow the 5 sentences approach, and 5 sentences will be such as sentence number 1. This will be relating to the conclusion or conclusive sentence. Will be conclusive sentence. Conclusive sentence means that concluding the topic. Tomorrow, inshallah, I'm going to work on the vocabulary. specifically for introduction, for the explanation, and for the conclusion. Tomorrow, inshallah, I will be doing vocabulary by myself. Inshallah, वो first therapy. So कल मैं उसको करूँगा. Vocabulary खुद करवाऊँ. Inshallah, और लिख के करवाऊँ. So now, S1 conclusive sentence hoga. S2 for the conclusion will relate to your opinion. What do you say in my personal perspective? For an example, sentence number 3 will be from side number 1, means the biggest problem. What do you think is sentence number 4 will be a bridge and then sentence number 5 will be for side number 2. If it is a problem solution, the sentence 3 will be the biggest problem and sentence 5 is the biggest solution. Actually, conclusion is known as the crux of whole discussion, a quick refresher of the whole explanation that you have made. This quick refresher should contain everything that was asked by examiner. So one of the idea from side 1, one of idea of side number 2 that you do think is the major one and can really refresh the whole topic, that should be written here. So you get step number 4. Step number 5 is known as the review. And for step number 4, I did not mention the time. It is 5 minutes we will spend on this one. So now, when we talk about the review, in review, what do we do? Normally, review, read all, सारा पढ़ लें, correct कर लें, spelling errors को correct कर लें, grammar errors को correct कर लें, correct any punctuation error, etc. or whatever. So review the whole essay. So what sir have told you, number 1, the essay is to be written in the 5 steps. Step number 1, the brainstorming, generate the ideas of the whole sides given by the examiner, advantage, disadvantage. तो फिर advantage के ideas भी निकालने, 4 और 4 ideas के ideas निकालने, disadvantage के. Problem solution, 4 problem, 4 solution. Opinion, 2 argument है, 4 ideas for argument 1, 4 ideas for argument number 2. So write the ideas on a piece of paper, 5 minutes. Then step 2 is the introduction writing. Have 5 sentences approach. First sentence will cover topic and focus, side 1, side 2, opinion, and the plan for the essay. So now we enter into step number 3. This step number 3 is the explanation writing. In explanation, we will have 2 paragraphs. The first para will contain side 1. The second para will contain side number 2. First para will contain 4 ideas, 4 impact, and 2 examples which will relate to side number 1. And paragraph number 2 will contain 4 ideas, 4 impact, 2 examples, and will be side number 2 only. And we'll spend 10 minutes and 10 minutes on both of the paragraphs respectively, separately. We reach at step number 4. And in step number 4, we need to conclude the topic. We talk about the conclusion. 5 sentences are required to be written. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and here it is 5 minutes time that we need to work on. We talk about the review at the end. Read all correct spelling, grammar, or the punctuation errors, and we will spend about 5 minutes on it. Okay, so 5 minutes on it. So if somebody now asks me that, minutes. So if somebody asks me now, let's say, Zeeshan, how many are the paragraphs? I'm rewriting here the paragraphs and the timeline. Paragraphs of the essay and timeline. And timeline for the essay as well. If somebody asks me this, I'm telling you that the paragraphs and the lines, I'm going to work in this way. The paragraphs and the lines have the timeline. Paragraphs will be 4. Number 1, para number 1 will be your introduction, and para number 2, introduction, and para number 2 will be your explanation, and para number 3 will be your explanation, And para number 2 will contain explanation. Para number 2 will contain explanation for side 1. Para number 3 will contain explanation for side number 2. And para number 4 will be for the conclusion. So if we talk about the timing, introduction will get how many minutes? Introduction will get 5 minutes. I will talk about the explanation para number 1. This will contain 5 minutes. So this will take 5 minutes. And then we talk about the, explanation 1. This will take up 10 minutes. And we talk about the explanation paragraph number 2. This will contain again 10 minutes. And then come on the conclusion. The conclusion will take my 5 minutes. And in this way, there will be total writing time. Writing time will be 30 out of 30 out of 40 allocated minutes for essay. 5 minutes will be for initial brainstorming, and then 5 minutes will be for the review. It is what the whole essay writing, paragraphing, and the timeline. I'm very optimistic that concept will be very clear. And from tomorrow, I'm going to start my first essay writing with topic. First, I will write introduction, then I will explain, and then conclude. First, I will generate the ideas, and then I will be working upon the paragraphing. You people are more than welcome to ask me if there is any question. कोई सवाल है तो डट के पूछिए.